warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, dear educators and leaders of our institutions, so nowadays, the end of an academic years. So every school celebrates its annual day, sports day, or any kind of a day in the name of celebration. So we want to show that skills and talents of our children, the kids. अब रही बात, the important thing is what I am seeing in recent days, in the past years. So in the name of performance, the kids are forced to dance in front of their parents. Dear Islamic educators, leaders of Islamic institutions, just think why we have started our schools and what is the main core concept is to build faith, iman among our children, among our students, is to raise our children in such a way that they will be the follower of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We are imparting these things just for the sake of 5 minutes show display. We forget our mission and vision, that why actually our school has started. So my question is, does it important that is needful? A 5 minute shows, a 5 minute display in an annual day or any kind of a function where our kids, where our children can dance, can do such kind of a movements. Islamic songs, ये क्या होता है Islamic songs? Songs that is not at all acceptable, music that is not at all acceptable, where we are imparting our kids akhlaq, discipline, character, behavior, and we are showing a right way to them. But we the same fallen in the trap of a Western culture based on the lyrics, the movements of a kid, including some background musics, some environment, creating such kind of environment, make them to dance. Does it important that is needed? I absolutely disagree. No, these things should be get stopped. If we practice the kid to dance in front of other, you see the past 5 years history of reels and shorts. A kid or a student feel free to dance in a road, in a railway track, in a street, in a hall, in a room, and it changes the thought process of a kid. Oh, it is normal to dance in front of a people. That makes them to make a vulgar reels. But what they are expecting is just to get trend, just to get a few name and fame. But the seed sown in the primary level, that should be get stopped now. That is not much important. That is not much important. So aligning school activities with Islamic values is important. Emphasizing haya, modesty as a primary virtue. I am suggesting better ways to celebrate, like speech, martial arts, public speaking skills, and few kind of dramas. That too in such a way that should be in a controlled way. Moving away from the spectacle of dancing toward meaningful expression is important. So, dear educators, dance in its modern theatrical form often contradicts the Islamic principle of modesty, haya, and the sanctity of the masjid, like environment of a school. So, by replacing the rhythmic dance with activities that honor our tradition, such as public speaking, martial arts, or the recitations of Qirat, Naat, Nasheed, we ensure that our children are not just performers for an audience, but ambassadors of a faith that prizes dignity over display. We seek to build a generation that finds joy in what is permissible, what is halal, not what is forbidden, and finds beauty in the boundaries that set by their creator. The goal of an Islamic institution is to nurture the soul, ruh, and the intellect, aql, in harmony with the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. While an annual day is a time for celebration, we must ask ourselves if our methods of celebrations reflect our identity. For that we have started our schools. For that the parents are sending to the schools. So dear educators, this is a time in Islamic school setting. The annual day is an opportunity to showcase a student's growth in character, knowledge, and talent. However, incorporating the dance often creates a conflict with the core values that the school seeks to instill. Our purpose should be educational and moral, not just fall on these 5 minute dramas, 5 minute displays. What are the negative impacts? From a spiritual standpoint, the arguments against it includes that prioritizing the wrong values. It teaches children that seeking validation through physical performance is more important than the inner character, akhlaq, and spiritual distraction. The week of practice often led to neglecting prayers or Quranic studies of our children. Encouraging the fame culture, it can feed the ego and desire for public attention, which is discouraged in a faith that prizes humility. So, is it often discouraged? Yes. The why not? It should be discouraged. It should be get stopped. So, dear educators, just think about this. The hadith about the imitation, tashabbahu. Some scholars argue that modern school dances are an imitations of lifestyles that do not align with Islamic values, prioritizing entertainment over spiritual or intellectual growth. So the correctness of it in Islam usually depends upon the three main factors. It's a caution of prohibition, especially as children grow older. So my request to all the educators and leaders not to fall on this trap, not to fall on this showcase of a dance on the stage with the music and songs. Thank you, Jazakallah khair.